Hey guys, back with another video. Today I'm going to start this first week off emphasizing on the new journal with fantasy, next is theory, next is fact. Today we're going to talk about the fantasy aspect of your winner's image, right? You need to become very emotionally involved in your one idea that you really want to strive for, that is really tugging at you and that gives you extreme amounts of joy and energy. Once you've figured that part out, right, and I'm assuming most of you have by now, right, because that's all we've been spending a lot of time emphasizing on, right? Taking time to ask the right questions, encircling the ones that you really you think would really help you the most or that you resonate with the most, right? And so what I want you to do every day is write a little paragraph. I called it an ideal day. You can call it whatever you'd like to call it, but it's going to be exactly how you want your life to be with this one idea or goal or spiritual seed, whatever you want to call it, right? You just ideal day. And then you sit there and you get emotionally involved in this idea and you write it out. And you have to get extremely to the point where you're become obsessed with this idea, right? I really want you to get emotionally involved. Emotions and feeling is huge. This is going to be one of the big emphasis on this second journal for the year, is going to be the feeling attached to the thinking, right? We're really good at attaching a negative feeling to a negative thoughts that come in that we've been doing over and over and over and over and over again. Now I want you to get into the habit of becoming emotionally attached to things in the future, because your body and all the cells in your body, they don't know the difference if this is something that happened or something in the future, right? Your imagination is amazing. I'm really going to work a lot on this next 90 days. That's going to be imagining and feeling, right? And I'm going to break down some key things that need to happen, but I'm not going to get into all of the scientific stuff. It's just the bare minimum. I want you guys not overthinking. I don't want you fighting through it, right? Because when we're fighting, we're negating, right? It's not meshing, right? As you're having icky feelings about, I can't do that. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I don't know enough yet. Everyone who's created anything that's ever been recorded in history, it all starts with the fantasy, right? Pick whoever it is that you want to look at and what they accomplished. It started with a fantasy. This is the first step. Has to be a fantasy. You have to become emotionally involved in this fantasy. You have to think about it constantly. You have to write it every day. You have to give it a lot of energy, right? So that's what we're going to focus on this week, is getting that habit started of writing this every day, right? The next thing is I want you guys to really start paying attention to when you're thinking about it. I don't want you to think of you like a movie where you're looking at yourself. This is extremely important. You need to see yourself in there from yourself's view. If you were standing on a stage talking to people, that's what I want your picture to look like. You seeing the audience. You wouldn't be seeing yourself, right? You wouldn't be sitting in the audience looking at yourself. You would be on the stage looking at the audience. Now you could look down and see your hands, your belly, your feet, your legs, right? Right? The only time we ever see ourselves is if we look in the mirror, right? We're not looking in a mirror. We are living a creative image from ourselves outward. That could go for whatever your little movie clip is going to be. You opening up a letter from someone who gifted you whatever, or anything that, any of that, it needs to be you. What it would look like if you were opening up a present on Christmas, or receiving a gift, or shaking someone's hand, right? Or being told from a coworker, oh my gosh, I can't believe you got that raise. It needs to be from that point of view, not from you as the coworker looking at you saying that, right? And in the beginning, this vision it's going to be not very clear, right? It's like going to the gym, right? You have to build this muscle and work on this muscle. You really need to spend time and not get frustrated. I'm going to suggest just 5 minutes a day. And we're going to build up to 3 times a day, 20 minutes. This has to be done to get to where you want to go. This 3 times a day, 20 minutes is mandatory. But in the beginning, I just want you to do it 1 time a day for 5 minutes, right? And just keep practicing. Every time your mind wanders off, just bring it back. Just close your eyes, sit down and relax, right? Relaxing and getting in a relaxed state slows your brain waves down, right? We want to get to close to theta as we can, right? And in the beginning, like when you're doing Neville Goddard's work or Joe Dispenza, it's really easy to fall asleep. I don't want you to be frustrated or upset that you fell asleep and you only got a minute in or 2 minutes in. Don't worry about all of that. That is a win. Every time your mind wanders off and you reel it back, that's a win. You can't do this stuff wrong. You're just trying to perfect it to the best of your ability, to the best ways that we've been taught how to do it. Don't get all flustered. Don't get all worried. Don't get all stressed out, right? Once you build an awareness that you're not going to get instant gratification, once I can portray to you guys that has to be removed from your equation, everything is a lot easier and simpler. When you say this could take a year, hey, this could take 3 years, right? I've said it before and I'm going to say it again and I'm going to start saying it more. Successful people want pleasing outcomes. That's what they're hyper-focused on. They don't care what the action step is. They'll do whatever it takes. They don't care how painful, how minute, how tedious it is. They're willing to do it until they can pay someone else to do it, right? Non-successful people, they want that outcome too, but they're not willing to put the effort in. They want to do the pleasing actions that aren't important, right? They're not going to do the main, and we're going to get into this too, right? Out of your 100 action steps that you've written down in the last couple of months, there's only 3% of those that are extremely productive. And you'll start understanding this the further we get along. You might be doing action steps that aren't really productive. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? But you're going to start piecing together the main things that you need to be doing, that your ROI on that time is compounded, right? And usually it's the things that we don't want to be doing, right? The tedious things, the hard things, the things that aren't as much fun. And so successful people know they have to do those to get that pleasing result. Unsuccessful people want pleasing actions. Just please watch this over and over and over again. Think about that. Understand that. You have to have the aha moment of, wow, I'm probably in the, I want to do pleasing actions. I'm not willing to do whatever it takes, right? And this is extremely important when you're working on your fantasy, right? The visualization is one of those action steps that's mandatory. And a lot of people don't like to do it because it's not much fun. It's tedious. We're not used to doing it. And it's hard to do in the beginning. You don't have a crystal clear vision. It's murky. We can have a crystal clear vision of things in the past that hurt us, right? But we're trying to get on the other side of the spectrum. We don't want to be doing that anymore. Now we want to try and get as crystal clear on the things we want as the things we didn't want. And emotionally involved. When you're writing out your fantasy, and it can change, right? Your first draft, keep writing that thing, and as it changes, change it. As things come into your mind, you're going to start getting downloads and ideas, right? And you're going to, pretty soon, you're going to have a paragraph that is just magic and beauty. And you're going to be in love with that thing. In love, like in a relationship love. That's when the fantasy, then the next step is going to be turning that into a theory. All right, guys, thank you. I'm so proud of you guys. Seriously, all you guys have been. We got some huge news coming. I'm extremely excited. Please like and subscribe. Keep smiling. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye.